Oh man, look, Oreos. God, I love these ones. Man, I really hope they never make them scary.
What do you mean my card's been declined? Try it again. Buy me Prada. Balenciaga.
Why is it in a cage?
Because it growled at me.
Top 10 gay men. This isn't a list. This is a command. Go, right now.
Women, listen to me.
No!
No thanks.
Okay, baby, open wide. Here comes the
If you're in your 20s and you don't have $1 million or more in your bank account, stop scrolling because you're going to want to hear this.
God didn't save the queen. Happy death day, bitch.
What'd you wish for?
King Charles, your ass is next.
It's fall and I work at a vegan chocolate factory, so you're probably like, show us pumpkin spice latte caramel, like give us apple cider bonbon, show us like falling leaf, Lana Del Rey, daddy money, chai latte, Pinterest aesthetic, Y2K. You're getting butt plugs. You're getting butt plugs.
Guys, you won't believe what I found. I found a truck. And guess what's on top of that truck? Guess what's on top of that truck? I want you to guess. Another truck. It's a truck driving a truck. Driving another truck. With another truck on top of a truck.
Oh God, I don't want to be here. Not a sleigh.
It sounds like talking with someone might help. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline offers free and confidential emotional support. Would you like me to call them for you?
No.
Okay.
Cis is not a liberal buzzword. It's literally just a Latin prefix that means on this side of. It's the opposite of trans, which is the Latin prefix meaning on the other side of. Cis just means that you have spent your entire life on the same side of your own womanhood. It's not an insult, it's just a descriptor we use to make sure we're being precise in our language. If I call my margarita a frozen margarita, everyone still knows it's a margarita. Cheers.
I'm not gonna lie, laundress is kind of where it's at career-wise. After you build up your own practical skills with your client base, there are a few rules you need to know before you can get a job at the Lord's Castle. 1. Never mix loads. You should already know this from your practical skills, but it bears repeating. 2. It's not your business until it is. Maybe the visiting merchant's overcoat smells like the lady of the house's perfume. That is not your business until the Lord offers payment. Remember, it is not in thy job description to narc for free. And rule number 3, Sir Kyle washes his own bedsheet. He knows what he's done.
I'm sorry, but if you live in a public neighborhood where kids are gonna walk past, some flags are just not fucking appropriate to be hung out in your yard. How am I gonna explain this to my kid? I'm just trying to go on a walk and now I have to explain how some people are Italian. How am I supposed to explain this? The kid thinks food comes from the grocery store. He's not old enough to understand the greater world around us. And it doesn't stop at the questions because he learned about Italians and then he went on his tablet and Googled it. Now he keeps saying, buongiorno, arrivederci, and asking me to make cacio e pepe. What the fuck? You should be eating buttered noodles like a child, not asking for pesto. You people are fucking disgusting. You're ruining the American family.
Yeah, I carry the contraceptive crystal on me. No, don't worry. I've already taken the magical toadstool supplement and I've already had a leaf off the magical bush. I'm fine.
I've circled the tree of truth thrice this month.
Seriously, Xavier Montenegro, I've already been blessed by the witches in the magic cauldron. There's no way I can get pregnant.
He wouldn't be able to send a child on me. I take the tonic.
No, I want this. The goddess Anjan has already blessed my snatch. We have nothing to worry about.
Do you think I'm an idiot? I've already visited the village witch. I've paid my 3 tokens and given a riddle.
I haven't done this in a while, but here's Owen Wilson as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, hold on. I'm a professional. Okay, wait. Yeah, I knew your dad. I fought next to him in the Clone Wars. He was a pretty good pilot. Kind of like somebody I know. Guess what? Surprise, it's you. The Force is kind of... Alright, so it kind of like binds a galaxy together. You know what I mean? I don't really know what I mean, but it's present and it's there. And that's exciting. What's going on, Darth? You got a goofy mask. You sound weird. Hey Luke, I don't mean to interrupt, but just reach out with the Force.
Do you guys see my elbows right now? This is the most flattering dress I have ever worn.
Really, Hancock?
I have to be at the Boston Tea Party in 2 minutes and I don't even have my hair done. Let's get ready.
You look so dumb right now.
Women are people.
All right, man, I gotta go stream. Oh, I didn't know that you streamed. Yeah, every day. Where do you stream? Yeah, at home, at work, outside sometimes, just kind of wherever. Where are you gonna go stream today? I was just gonna go to the bathroom. No, don't do that. What? Why? I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Where else am I supposed to stream? You want me to stream on your couch? I mean, that would be better. What? Wait, how many viewers do you get? Viewers? None. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to view my stream? Yeah, I mean, sure. I guess I'd be curious to kind of check it out. Check out what you're getting up to. With that? Why don't you just stream yourself? Can't. Got banned. Banned? Yeah, permanently banned. Yeah. Why? For playing copyrighted music while I was streaming. You can't do that? Do you ever get stream snipers? What the fuck is a stream sniper? It's like when somebody comes into your stream. Comes into your stream? And they come into your stream and then they just kind of harass you. They just like interfere with your stream. No, what? Does that happen? Yeah, no, that happens. You're going to want to watch out for that. Now I feel like I can't stream. You got me thinking about it so much. Now I'm like, I don't know if I can stream.
Hello, my name is Kyle Prue, and welcome back to Things You Can Say to Piss Off Men. No intro today because we got a lot to cover. Number 1, I saw Tame Impala live, and it was actually a bunch of guys. Say this to a man in a really little beanie. Number 2, oh, I know him. He's from Hamilton. Say this to a history guy about any historical figure. You don't have to be right. It's actually funnier if you're not. Number 3, are you being mean because it makes you feel important? Say this to somebody who is. Number 4, oh, it's like Yelp. Say this to a tech guy about any app. You can really freestyle with this one. Maps is like Yelp for getting around. Twitter is like Yelp for searching your name and being sad about what you find. Number 5, car guys. The horse girls of men. Number 6, at a mall. Say this when he tells you he's a cop. Just make sure his body camera's on.
Seriously, guys, run, don't walk to get yourself some gruel. I've been eating gruel every day for the past 2 months, and it changed my life. Before gruel, I used to eat out way too much. But ever since I replaced my meals with gruel, I have been saving so much money and time as well. The warm, wet gruel fuels me for a full day of peasantry, whether I get assigned to bailing, herding, or the mines.
Did you get Chili's for lunch again? Nope, not this time. This time, I brought gruel.
Gruel is also portable, making it perfect for busy moms, pirates, and precocious lads who are up to no good.
Hey, little lad, don't take my watch.
I'm sorry, miss. I'm so hungry.
Well, if you're hungry, have some gruel.
Oh, gruel. Thank you, miss. Thank you.
And for a limited time only, Gruel is going to give you 20% off using my code GruelGirl2023. So make sure you grab your bag and try Gruel today.
The first thing they did when they walked into my store was slap this dragon egg on the counter and all but force me to buy it from them. I run a general goods store. I have no clientele who are remotely interested in buying a dragon egg. But for some reason I bought it anyway, and now I live in constant fear that it's going to hatch before I can sell it. It is kind of cute though. I suppose I should count myself lucky after what happened to my cousin. He sells cabbages, but every time that he set up his cart in the last month, one of these people's shenanigans has resulted in its complete destruction. It's left him quite destitute. I don't wish to stir the pot or anything, but I also don't believe these people are the heroes they claim to be. Sure, maybe they did rid the dark forest of the necromancer, and maybe they did free the king from demonic possession, but they also extort me and others for free merchandise almost on a daily basis. Just yesterday they came in, picked up a health potion, which is hard to come by the way, and said, "This is 1 gold, right?" All the while flickering flames in their hands. The implication was clear. Either I sold the potion to them at an extreme loss, or they burned down my establishment. Just look at what they've done to the tavern and the church. We might as well be under the rule of bandits. But hey, that's just my 2 copper.
Unless you're the alpha leading the pack, the view never changes. Download my ebook right now.
May God have mercy on my enemies, because I won.
When in silence. When in silence, a lion never roars after it kills.
Judge me by my past, I'll ruin your future.
Ew. You don't have to be on my side. Just don't get in my way.
I'm not afraid to die. I'm afraid to have never lived.
A fish with its mouth closed never gets caught. But then it won't ever eat either.
What? What does that mean?
What's up, baby? So here's the truth about what's really going on with the Titanic. Yes, it's sinking. Yes, we're soaked. It's even sinking right now. But the ethos right now is if this ship's gonna sink, we might as well go down with it.
Or get down with it.
We may not be able to attend the ship's ball or jaunt upon the deck anymore. So everyone is just running around and screaming.
We're actively drowning.
And yes, someone did die out here, along with 1,496 other people so far. This is in fact a historical tragedy and people are terrified. Pretty much the boat is upside down and we're almost underwater.
But the band is still playing right now. So we hope that'll help with something. This is so community-based.
Yeah.
Every single person on this boat is helping every single person on this boat. This guy we just met looted a kitchen and gave us a bottle of whiskey. Yeah. We're a family. We're taking care of each other.
I personally yet haven't had my breakdown about this because I think that if I let this get to me, it's gonna overpower me. So I'm just trying to stay positive and stay smiley. But it is a wee bit terrifying, but social media is making it out to be way worse than it is.
So yeah, like 2,240 people might be at the bottom of the ocean tonight, but we didn't really plan to dock until tomorrow or the next next day anyway, so we're really only losing 2 days on the trip. So we've probably got another 30 minutes before we're completely submerged. So us personally, we're just gonna keep staying and partying, baby.
Cheers! Anyways, we love you guys. Thank you to everyone who's worrying about us, and thank you to everyone who sent letters and telegrams. But we are gonna be just fine.
We may be drowning and the life rafts may be full. So just send us all the light love you've got. We love you guys.
Where's your guy? Oh, don't worry. He'll be here soon. Are you sure? I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous, man. I was nervous my first time, too. It's okay, man. Hey, man, you got the stuff?
You got the money?
Right here.
Yo, is that the real shit? Now, I want you to be careful with this. This is a real podcast, Mike, all right? I'm nervous. What do I do?
Just let it come naturally.
Yo, man, if you're nervous, I'll take the first hit so you see what it's like. A woman's body is irreparably stretched out every time she is with a man. Don't argue with me. It's just biology.
Bro, that's badass.
You don't need to be a brokey. If you're not making $50K a day, you need to find a new circle. Facts. All right, let me get a taste.
All right, man.
Yo, is your boy okay? He looks a little nervous.
Oh, he's good, man. He's good.
I should be able to cheat on my wife whenever, even in front of her.
Yeah, man. Facts.
I am a high-valued man, and I deserve a high-valued woman. Facts. I expect my woman to be a 10. I expect her to give me a child.
Facts.
And I'll use that child's blood for crypto investments.
What'd you say?
Where the hell's he going?
I don't know, man.
Yo, he's stuck in a segmented. That's an overdose.
Is he overdosing?
Dude, you brought him around. You better get him.
What do I do?
Women's rights is a conspiracy.
Give me the mic, dude.
I'm Victoria. I'm Rory. I'm Claire.
And we're Teens Against Podcasting.
We made this short film to show the dangers of podcasting. I lost my brother when he got his first podcast mic. We need our senators to regulate podcast equipment for teens.
Call 1-800-PODBUSTER.
So the apartment is all yours. Very spacious living room, as you can see.
Who is this?
This is Paul, your in-unit boyfriend. So,
who is Paul?
He's your boyfriend for the next 12 months.
No.
He thinks you're pretty.
Can we talk?
Totally.
I'm not gonna live with some random guy, Paul. You need to leave.
What do you mean, some random guy? That's your boyfriend.
Yeah, that's your boyfriend. I'm in the lease.
And you signed it. Yeah.
Paul, stop it. I don't want to live here.
You already signed the lease.
Yeah, but I didn't know that Paul would be here.
Well, he is.
I don't want to live with Paul. You're in unit. What the fuck does that mean?
It means that I love you. Is that so crazy?
Oh yeah, you love me in the same way that the dishwasher loves me.
I am not a dishwasher.
Yeah, what am I talking about?
This is okay. You can fight with Paul. So every 5 years, we replace Paul.
What happens to the old Paul?
We send the old Paul to a beautiful apartment upstate. In reality, we grind him up and turn him into fertilizer. Paul cannot have dairy. He will die. But he's gonna ask you for dairy every single day and all the time.
Can I have mac and cheese right now?
You know what? Be my fucking guest. Have some dairy, Paul.
I think maybe I will have dairy right now.
Fine, do it.
It's up to you, but he will die. You're gonna have to pay for the replacement Paul, and there's a whole Paul supply shortage.
What?
There's been a strike at the Paul factory.
I can't afford to do that. Paul! No, Paul! Stop!
Oh, dear.
Stop it! Stop!
Quick! Save your boyfriend!
He's not my boyfriend!
Get it out of his mouth!
Cheese? I'm gonna die. What kind of cheese?
See, Paul dying is like if you break the fridge.
This storm has been going on for 500 years. 500 years. What if I told you that there's a place where lightning is a constant? A place where it strikes as many as 300 days out of the year for up to 9 hours a night. A place where lightning is so concentrated that you can literally read a newspaper at night from its brightness. I'm talking about Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela. It's the largest lake in South America, and it was declared by NASA to be the lightning capital of the world. Lake Maracaibo is a Caribbean sea bay that's bordered by the Andes Mountains on 3 sides and fed by the Catatumbo River. Where the Catatumbo River meets Lake Maracaibo is the hotspot for what's been dubbed Catatumbo lightning. It typically starts at about an hour after dusk, lighting up the mouth of the river and turning it into what locals have called a river of fire or a never-ending storm. Catatumbo lightning is so frequent and bright that 19th century navigators used the area as a lighthouse to help them find their way along the Caribbean coast. Legend has it that Sir Francis Drake's attack on Maracaibo was thwarted because the lightning kept exposing his ships like a giant strobe light. Can you imagine bringing someone home for the holidays and you have to prep them like, hey, just so you know, the town I grew up in has this thing called a river of fire, and I just wanted you to be prepared in case you noticed a never-ending lightning storm. It's kind of our thing. It's traditional. It's been around for 500 years.
Oh yes, I remember when they first arrived. They marched right in, stripped down, cleaned themselves in the holy water, and then rolled out blueprints for a casino. Yes, and they only referred to me as Daddy, even though I told them time and time again that the proper reference for my position is Father. Oh, they prayed with me, yes, but only for unholy things. One of them prayed every night for a sick-ass sword that would not give them nightmares like the last one. Another described in detail, while kneeling and praying before our God, how much they would like to have the power of flight, so that they could, and I quote, intercept carrier pigeons so they could blackmail random people. What a terrible use of such a marvelous power. Thank God it was never granted. It was until they officially renounced our religion, of course. You see, they walked in one day with a chicken and pronounced it to be the one true God. A fox killed that chicken 2 days later, and they named the fox the slayer of gods. And then of course the fox was killed by their pet owlbear, so I'm unsure whether the owlbear has a title or where it fits into their new religious beliefs. And of course they converted the back of the church into a casino, which by royal edicts does make it tax exempt. So in a way, it's actually quite a wise business decision, not that I condone it, of course.
So for everybody asking me, how is the writers' strike still going on? Like, they've already lost more money to the strike than they would have lost by just paying them, and just paying them would only cost them like 0.2% of their revenue. Allow me to introduce you to the PATCO strike of 1981. So around here, union membership was already declining, but like not as bad. Also, that top red line is share of income going to the top 10%, so isn't that interesting? Anyway, in 1981, 11,000 air traffic controllers went on strike because they were not paid enough and they were working too long of hours. And anybody who's ever seen Breaking Bad knows what happens when an air traffic controller is too tired. Anyway, the newly President Reagan said, get back to work. And at the time, like, sympathy for unions and strikers was pretty high. Most people supported workers and didn't support strikebreakers. But Reagan sort of framed this as like, you know, oh, these air traffic controllers are so greedy. They're trying to prevent you from flying just because they want an extra buck. And it worked really well. And guess what? He fired all of the strikers. All of them got fired and replaced with non-union workers. And 11,000 workers, not really that big of a deal, but this changed the entire American economy because it became symbolic. Now strike breaking was okay. And the way that Reagan did this was immediately taught in business schools, like immediately. And strike breaking became the thing to do. Striking copper miners in Arizona, fired. Paper workers, fired. Meat packers, bus drivers. So many strikes in the 80s were broken to the point where unions realized employers wanted them to strike so they could fire them and replace them with cheaper, more abusable, non-union workers. The PATCO strike was symbolic of a changing culture where now strike breaking was cool and being in a union was not cool. And now, this is 2008. Like, I don't even think I can reach how high this graph goes now. And so I think that this is an even bigger version of the PATCO strike where like they can't win because that's symbolic of like union victory over big corporation and labor victory over like big ol' oligopolies and monopolies. It's not about the writers, it's not about the money.
I'm sure at one point or another you've come across something like this, praising great Western architecture in comparison to the backwards primitive mud huts of Africa. And there's generally two responses to this. One being, no, look at that, there's so many skyscrapers. Or two, there's so many structures like this, the ruins of Great Zimbabwe. Which, don't get me wrong, are both completely true. Like, in spite of what the West deems primitive, can we stop ignoring how cool this is? Now first, it goes without saying that Africa is a pretty big place. So please don't take what I say as a representation of the entire continent rather than just a few examples. This is from Burkina Faso, and really depending on where you go, you might see a more round structure. These cylindrical dwellings are cool for a few many reasons. One is that they're easier to build, and two is that they're wind resistant. They're not getting like blown away. It's also noticeable that with the same perimeter, a circle will always have a larger area than a square. Less material for a bigger home. A roundhouse also has dozens of interconnected points, making it less vulnerable for earthquakes. Sound waves will also wrap around the house, not only making it soundproof from the outside, but also the inside. But wait, there's more. This is from the Muscom people in Cameroon. They are circular, they are domed, and there's a hole at the top, all creating natural cooling. If it rains, you just cover the top, and it's easy to climb because look at these beautiful patterns. And the patterns also help with rain drainage. And speaking of natural cooling systems, mud is incredible. It has high thermal mass, so basically it will absorb and store heat during the day, keeping the interior cool. And then at night, where it's a bit colder, it will release the heat, keeping the house warm. Unlike something like timber that really exaggerates our need for air conditioning. This one's more obvious, but using earth is more sustainable in comparison to concrete. Often referred to as one of the most destructive materials on earth. In an age of climate crisis, you're eventually going to be forced into looking at people that saw the environment as their friend and ally rather than something to conquer. This is what is known as architecture without architect. Architecture where locals have built such a superior understanding of buildings that nobody has to live without a home. Homes being relatively easy to build and take down means that moving is a lot easier. And so if an area no longer becomes desirable, whether that be politics or environment, they will take their houses and leave. Not to mention movable architecture like this from Guinea. But we'll take the roofs and use it as a boat. You're telling me that's not the coolest thing? The West has long valued architecture for being monumental and permanent. Because structures like this are sustainable and made of earth, they are seen as less worthy. And also when colonizers stole a bunch of art, they couldn't really move the homes, so they stole parts of the houses, which made it really difficult to understand. If you want to sit here and try to justify colonialism under the idea that Africa was somehow less civilized, and you decide to go for their art and architecture, I am telling you that will always be a marker of your ignorance rather than their inferiority. And God knows you will lose that argument every single time.